What is up, everyone? Hello, Streaming Rainbow fam, kiddos, gamers, players, friends, whatever your preferred objectification is. My name is Bastion, my pronouns are he, him, and I'm here to welcome you to Brindlewood Bay. Man, you don't know how long 10 minutes really is until you're staring at a blank timer listening to a looping 4-minute section of lo-fi that is itself a looping 8 bars of music. I am super excited to play this game. I have played and run a game called The Between, which is like this game, but League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. This, however, does not feature a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. There's no Nero figures here. It features a couple of very old ladies doing their best. Our Mavens. Do you want to quickly introduce yourselves as players before we go into the actual game?
Sure. Hey, everybody. It's me, Laura. You probably know me. I'm here sometimes. I go by she, they, and I am just so ready to inhabit the soul of a little old lady. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
And hi, I'm Sarah. My pronouns are she, her. You've probably seen me around. And I am ready to live my Murder, She Wrote dreams.
Yeah. I love the implication that both of you are eldritch beings that people have seen around.
Mm-hmm.
You have many
Implication. Yeah.
Your puppets are everywhere. All right. So we did our character creation off stream just before it started, but there's a couple things I want to go over on camera here. We're gonna do an exercise called CATS. It's not an exercise, it's just me giving a quick lecture. CATS stands for Concept, Aim, Tone, and Subject Matter. It's just a quick way to make sure that we're all sort of on the same page about what the game is and what we're gonna be exploring together. First is concept. Brindlewood Bay is a role-playing game about a group of elderly women, members of the local Murder Maven's mystery book club, who frequently find themselves investigating and even solving actual murder mysteries. They become increasingly aware that there are supernatural forces that connect the cases they are working on, and, in particular, a cult dedicated to the dark, monstrous aspect of the goddess Persephone will come to vex them. The game is directly inspired by the television show Murder, She Wrote, but also takes inspiration from the cosmic horror genre mystery books, cozy crime dramas, and American TV shows from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Aim. The aim of the characters in the story is to keep their community safe by investigating the murders taking place there. Our aim as players is to learn more about these characters as well as paint a vivid picture of the town of Brindlewood Bay, a responsibility we'll all share. The aim for today's session are to create and introduce our characters, learn the basics of how the game works by playing it, and then we'll have a little debrief at the end, and God willing, we'll get through the entire first mystery. Tone. The tone of this game bounces between cozy and creepy. Most of the time it will be fairly lighthearted, but occasionally it will get very dark and menacing. Some kitschy, campy humor is permissible here and very much in keeping with the game's inspirations, but above all, your character should take everything they do very seriously, even if we're having a bit of a laugh from time to time. And finally, subject matter. Murder of all varieties, threats to animal and children, ritual music, human sacrifice, and other dark subject matter come up in this game from time to time. We, as a group, have our existing tools. We have lines and veils that we've talked about, and our ever-present X card, throwing up an X or just saying X card, and we'll figure out whatever needs to be removed from the scene and move on from there, so that it can be safe for us to explore spooky things together, and I don't have to worry about crossing lines as our storyteller. That's the long and the short of it. I would love to have you two introduce Opal and Hyacinth. Start with just a quick introduction, and then we'll dig in a little bit deeper into our Murder Mavens.
Well, Opal is always cold, so she is constantly wearing not one, but at least 2 or 3 cardigans of varying design and color. She really makes it, pop. But she's freezing all the time, all the time. And listen, maybe she's got sticky fingers, but it's always for her scrapbook. She must collect everything for her memories. She can't forget anything. It's very important. It's also the best way to make sure you keep the lines for all those clues.
Absolutely. And Hyacinth.
Hyacinth is a wiry little gal. She is 5'4" of wiry energy in a lavender tracksuit, and she's got a bit of brown still left in her gray sticking out from under her sweatband. And she can be found all over Brindlewood Bay because she never stops moving, and she visits everyone and is ready to get all that hot goss.
Absolutely. Now, we're going to go around again, but we're going to dig into 3 key aspects of each of the Mavens' backstories. Their deceased partner, their children, if any, including the 4-legged variety, and their careers before they retired to Brindlewood Bay. After this, the other 2 people in this group are going to name an object that can be found in your home in Brindlewood Bay, and this will be noted in your cozy little place section. So we start with Opal for the last one. So Hyacinth, tell me about your deceased partner.
My deceased partner. That would be my second wife, Jane. She was a librarian and very skilled in library science. And she was always telling Hyacinth to slow down and smell the flowers and take a rest sometimes, but Hyacinth thinks that it's really just that she was jealous that she couldn't keep up with her. But she's sadly gone now.
Thank you for sharing. And Opal, what about your deceased partner?
Well, that would be my darling husband, Roger. I think Roger was a professor. Not even like a beloved one, just like the one that was there. He was just kind of like, they're like, oh yeah, that guy, Professor, he's cool, I guess. But he was pretty down to earth and kind of quiet, very unassuming. Just really made no waves whatsoever. In fact, sometimes Opal looks around and is like, oh, that's right, he's not here anymore. I loved him. He was wonderful. But I mean, listen, not an exciting man. That's why I got into these books.
Absolutely. All right. And Opal, tell me about your children, if you have any.
Well, I have one son, and he comes around every once in a while. He brings me books. Like, he's like, oh, that's one thing we can connect on. So we like to talk about books and share books, and he brings me little like pictures from his kids and my grandkids and all that. And I used to have a cat, but it likes to wander. I technically still have one. It just wanders around. It's an outdoor cat, so it just kind of it shows up when it wants to show up. It's a cat.
Yeah. And Hyacinth, what about you? Tell me about your children.
Hyacinth never had children of her own. Never really had time for them. She does have a cat named Bubba, who is enormously fat and has his face. You know how those cats with the squashed face?
Yeah.
Looks kind of like Wilfred Brimley. Yes, that's what Bubba looks like.
Oh, Bubba. I already love Bubba. And finally, our last question. Hyacinth, what was your career before you retired to Brindlewood Bay?
Before Hyacinth retired, she was the superintendent at a local high school. She kept up with the grounds and things like that.
Sorry, my cat was asking to get to the windowsill there.
Bubba?
Bubba!
Wait, has Cat come back? Cat?
Is
My
cat
cat.
his name?
Cat's his name. Yeah, it's just Cat.
Cat and Bubba. All right, and Opal, what was your career before you retired to Brindlewood Bay?
I was a librarian. So many cardigans, so many books. It's really my whole personality. I love it.
Love it. All right, so now we each get to add an object to your cozy spaces. And Opal, I think that in a little corner by your front door is what was once a coat rack, and it might still be under the mountain of cardigans that has just covered it at this point. These cardigans are now structural to whatever this sculpture is, and you have this uncanny knack of reaching in and pulling out exactly the cardigan that you want in that moment.
That's the one. Absolutely.
Exactly.
During Christmas, I put lights on it.
Yeah.
Careful, that's a load-bearing cardigan.
Oh no!
Yeah. Hyacinth, what would you like to add to Opal's cozy space?
Goodness. I think an absolute mountain of books. Like, long ago, Opal realized that she did not have bookshelf space for all the books that she was going to have, and so just resigned that they would form their own furniture. And so there's an absolute mountain of them just sort of in one corner.
Yeah. We all have that friend that have the mountain of books turned into furniture.
Mm.
My grandkids call it the throne.
The throne. I love it. And Hyacinth, I think you have a treadmill that is mostly just a clothing rack at this point because you prefer to walk outside. And I think at one point in a bid to get you to stay inside, maybe out of worry for melanoma or maybe just to spend more time with you, Jane got you this treadmill as a gift. And you've only used it a couple of times, and now it's where your clothes dry. It's where you keep your birding stuff. It's more, again, a piece of furniture.
I can't get rid of it, though. It was Jane's.
Right, it's important. Opal, what would you like to add to Hyacinth's cozy space?
I think on somewhere laid out or like on a wall or somewhere, there's a map of Brindlewood Bay with all the best walking trails, like strategically placed. Like, this is the way to go. Like, it's all like it's a map, but if anybody looking at it would be like, what is this insanity? Hyacinth knows.
Absolutely. I love it. Absolutely. All right. Are y'all ready to jump in?
Let's go.
All right.
Of course.
We'll start by each of you narrating a little cozy vignette. I just want to get a taste of the sort of day-to-day life that our mavens have. So, starting with Hyacinth, what do you think? What's this vignette? What's this sort of short movie we get as the scene opens?
We see Hyacinth waking up for the day and crawling out of bed, jumping straight into a cold shower, and jumping out, getting ready, putting on her athleisure outfit, and immediately, without even doing anything more than grabbing a granola bar from the desk to put into her fanny pack, she heads out the door and is immediately power walking, because that is how she gets around. And she heads straight to her friends' houses. She heads past a flower garden that she always stops at just to note which flowers are growing and which flowers need help, so that she can talk to people about that later and make sure that things get fixed. And yeah.
Perfect. As that scene sort of smash cuts into our next scene, Opal, what is our vignette? What little piece of your life do we get to see?
Opal is coming back home, and with her little carry bags of groceries that she's her single banana that because that's what, just the saddest old lady groceries, just unpacking those, and then she kind of starts taking random things out of her purse as well, just things she found around town, and like a coupon for a really straight, the kids, these weird things that they sell nowadays, like what is this even for? I don't know. And a funny looking coin, and just all these little tiny things that she's picked up along the way, before she goes, puts everything away, very organized, and then goes and picks, just without even looking, just picks a book out of one of the mountains and settles in, and is like, all right, I've been productive today, my turn. And settles in for a read.
Absolutely. And the camera sort of pans out through the window here, and we get the name of today's episode, Dad Overboard. Complexity 6, as a game note, we'll be collecting clues, and 6, when you make your theorize roll to try and solve the mystery, you'll be rolling with a -6 plus whatever clues you integrate into your theory. Yeah. So as the camera sort of pans out, it fades into a scene. We're at the top floor of the Candlelight Booksellers. This is our weekly meeting of the Murder Mavens. Murder Mavens book club sort of shrinks and swells in members over time, and right now it's just the two of you. You have been known to... So the Murder Mavens are all about following the adventures of Amanda Delacourt, a Sherlock Holmes-esque, Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew type of figure that just has an endless number of books written about her, a TV show, several TV shows, miniseries adaptations, movies, just all sorts of content. And the Murder Mavens meet each week to discuss her books, and somehow over time have gotten into solving mysteries themselves as a little hobby during retirement. So as we sort of pan around this loft during the book club meeting, I want to paint the scene with the two of you. What do we see that shows how you've personalized this space for the Murder Mavens?
I think that Opal has turned some of the cardigans that can't be worn anymore. Like she's crafted them into like pillows.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like comfy like cardi pillows around.
Yeah.
And there's like a hand drawn like a kid's piece of art from one of her grandkids that because Grammy Opal loves like the murder lady, so like it's like some child's rendition of
Amanda
murder.
The murder lady.
The murder lady.
I love it.
I think that Hyacinth has gotten copies of the latest Amanda Delacourt book and has laid them out along a round table, much more than is needed for the two of them, in hopes that people will come up and just, join in, because why wouldn't they, after all? It's so exciting.
Exactly. And I think that there's like this glass case that is meticulously taken care of, dusted by the Mavens, and inside on a little stand is a signed first edition copy of the first Amanda Delacourt book. And I think it's like it's almost like an artifact for the Murder Mavens, and part of what's kept the book club going even through its highs and lows is this like amazing piece that technically belongs to the library, but that the Murder Mavens sort of have taken as their own. So just as the sort of book club is ending, you're picking up your books that you had laid out in hopes of other people sort of joining.
Next time it'll happen.
Absolutely, next time. Maybe we need to have candles that like maybe some kind of enticing smell that I don't know. It works in the grocery stores.
Yeah. Your conversation is interrupted as Sheriff Wyman Dalrymple walks up to you. You've met him before a number of times. And you know that he's not like a super big fan of working with y'all. It's not his favorite thing. But the sheriff sort of
great.
thumbs hooked into his big old belt buckle. Well, Mavens.
Sheriff Dalrymple, how lovely it is to see you.
Dalrymple. Lovely to see you too, Hyacinth. Looks like the book club might have fallen on tough times. I was expecting there to be more Mavens here.
Oh, I thought you'd come to join.
More of a Hardy Boys kid. Amanda's not quite my style. Too heady.
Hyacinth spits.
Spits in the library.
Oh, not all of us are clever enough to take on Delacourt. It's all right, dear.
Yeah. Anyways, I need your help. Earlier today, a financier...
Hold on. Could you say that again?
I need your help, Murder Mavens.
I heard it right the first time.
Oh,
yes, you did hear it right.
what a joy.
Please
Yeah,
continue.
okay. Continue.
A financier was found dead this morning.
Ooh.
A Mr. Albert Krause was dragged out of the bay. Mr. Krause and his family were on a yachting vacation. Their boat is about a quarter mile from shore. The other Krauses, the wife Allison, eldest daughter Sarah, son David, and their youngest daughter Emily, they all say that Mr. Krause was drunk and simply fell overboard. I suspect foul play, but I can't produce evidence to that effect, and soon I'm going to be forced to have the family take Albert back up to Boston. Right now it's being held in cold storage at the fish market until we can sort this out, and my deputies are all otherwise occupied.
So you'd like us to have a look round at Mr. Krause's personage?
His family, his boat, whatever you ladies do to sniff out an investigation. I know there's foul play involved, and we have to figure out who did it. And we have to figure it out quickly.
Are you saying something is smelling fishy?
And with that, we smash cut to a flashback. Hyacinth, you met one of the Krause children several years ago. Either the eldest daughter, Sarah, who is kind of frumpy, little hand-wringy, 3 little ones of her own. Or maybe it was the son, David, who's a little bit snippy, can't be bothered. Or the youngest daughter, sort of withdrawn, computer nerd, always busy on her Discord. Which one did you meet? What were the circumstances?
I think it was that oldest daughter, Sarah. She's got a good name to her.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yes, we met, well, I've met everyone in this town, basically. But, we've met, and I actually believe I had tea with her and her, her offspring. We shan't call them children. But it was pleasant enough. It was pleasant enough. She, a bit dowdy, a bit. She could use more sun, I think. More vitamin D.
Yeah. And as we sort of come back from this sort of narrated flashback, the sheriff gives a stern look. Now, I don't need you to solve the mystery here. I just need you to bring me enough evidence to keep the body in town a little longer. All right? So don't go doing your thing and go all overboard, all right?
That's funny. He's funny. It's a good joke.
You go on, Hardy boys, and let us take care of things.
I'll be at the fish market.
What a strange place to keep a dead body, but okay.
Well, it's cold.
Oh, well, yes, but all right. There's a morgue, isn't there?
In Brindlewood Bay.
Well, I mean, there's lots of us old people. You'd think there'd be a morgue.
Yeah. So you have a couple places of interest, a couple people of interest. Where do the Mavens want to start?
Do we want to start with the body or the family?
Well, I think I've always been more of a people person, and people are more people when they're alive, I think. So.
Yeah, that's fair. He's not going to be peopling anymore, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
As the kids say, I can't people.
You always have your nose on the pulse of the children these days.
The best thing about my grandkids, they taught me how to whip and to nay-nay. Let's go!
All right then, Opal. Let's go down and meet with the deceased's family.
All right. So you head down, and as you sort of exit the Brindlewood Bay candlelight booksellers, the camera pans over as a young woman in a black hoodie peeks over the top of her Murders in the Rue Morgue and Other Chilling Tales to eye the Mavens before you make your way. The family has an estate that they're staying at here in Brindlewood Bay that's sort of like their vacation home. It's very nice. It's very out of the way. And the two of you make your way there, drive up, opulent gate, way fancier than anything in Brindlewood Bay really needs to be. And as you drive up to the gate, buzz the intercom, you hear a sort of gruff voice. Kraus Estates, what's your business?
Hyacinth, you say it. You say it, Hyacinth.
Oh, right. Hello. Lovely to meet you. We're here to see the family.
You have an appointment?
Yes, always.
All right. So this is going to trigger our first move. This is our day move because you're doing something risky here. And this feels like a presence roll to me.
Naturally, you had me do it. Okay. you're the presence one, but that's fine.
Lou, you said you're the people person.
I was lying, obviously.
Well, you're very confident in your voice and tone.
All right. So a presence roll.
Yeah, you got this.
Oh dear. That is not a hit. That is a miss. That's a 5.
All right. What are you afraid will happen on this miss?
I'm afraid that they will deny us, and won't be able to get in, and thusly will look like fools to the sheriff.
And that's exactly what happens. As the voice on the other end says, unless you're with the sheriff, the family does not wish to be seen right now.
Oh yeah, sheriff. Yeah, that's right. Oh,
As the intercom cuts off.
Didn't you know them? Anyway, what should we do? Okay, wait. Can we walk around? You're good at walking. Should we walk around? Should we, take a stroll and get lost?
that's the best idea you've ever had, Opal.
So walk.
Oh no. We're gonna do. Oh no. We got lost. Oh, we're so old and feeble. Can you give us some water? I don't know.
No one's gonna think I'm feeble, Opal.
Okay, well, just...
As we smash cut to an Opal dying, trying to navigate the woods around the estate, and a Hyacinth that's totally fine. As you park the car elsewhere, power walk your way. Do you go back to the front intercom? Do you try and find another entrance?
Oh, we're looking for a quiet way in.
Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna try and sneak your way.
Absolutely sneak in. This is...
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, it's gonna be fun.
We got
Who's gonna
lost.
take the lead on this move?
What?
I think it will probably be a reason roll.
I have a +1 to reason. I am happy to roll that.
All right.
Let's
What
see,
are
shall
you afraid will happen if you fail?
I'm afraid I'm going to pass out from walking in the woods with a power walker who has bad hearing and can't hear when I go Hyacinth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh no.
Okay. It's a 10.
It's a 10. That's a success. So you manage to do exactly what you intend. You walk around, and while the front of the estate is very well kept and looks really nice, sort of the back of the estate, place where people won't see, isn't very well kept at all. This isn't a mansion or manor that's meant for hosting people, really. Just for the family's vacation. So image is more important from sort of the outside, or where people might be passing by on the road or things like that. No one's going to see the back, and certainly no one's going to see as you manage to push your way through a collapsed section of the wall and get onto the actual manor grounds. You hear the sound of a fountain nearby. You're in this sort of hedge area, not quite a hedge maze that you're going to have to navigate, but just like tall hedges, sort of like a privacy garden here on the outer edge of the manor. What's your approach as you make your way further towards the manor proper? Are you trying to look for clues or more information about the family out here? Are you trying to just get to the manor? Are you trying to what's your approach here?
Oh, eyes always open while I'm walking, so I'm looking for clues out here for sure, and trying to make sure that Opal doesn't collapse.
I'm looking for things for my scrapbook and clues.
So here's what I'm going to offer. You can make your day move as you approach the back door to basically convince whoever you see, the family, of this ruse that you're just a couple of lost old ladies that happen to wiggle your way into this backyard. If both of you are dedicated to that, I'll give you advantage, and it will be a presence roll. If you split your attention and one of you is looking for clues, then you won't roll that presence roll with advantage, but the other person will get to roll a reason roll to try and get some more information about the family out here.
Oh, I think that Opal should be talking to the family, and I should be looking for clues. So we should split.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Give me a day move. What are you? Or excuse me, no, not a day move. We're gonna start with our meddling move.
Ooh.
So go ahead and give me a roll plus reason as you start to sort of eyes open, look out for clues.
All right.
This garden's atrocious.
Right, that would be a 9.
A 9. Perfect. So on a 9, there's a complication.
Always.
As you're sort of here, keeping an eye out, looking around, you spot a little gleaming object at the bottom of, or beneath one of the hedges. And as you lean down to pick it up, you see it is a single diamond earring. Its mate missing.
Intriguing.
This is an expensive diamond earring too, not one that you would want to lose, even if you have as much money as the Krauses do.
Are there any other signs of anything going on in this area?
Not that you can see right now, but your investigation is cut short as you hear the door open and someone come marching outside. Well, what do we have here? As you see a sort of tall, older gentleman, pure gray hair, slicked back, the type of slicked back that you're pretty sure if you knocked on his hair, it would make like a sound like wood. And a very well-tailored, well-managed, like well-put-together suit. This man is clearly the butler for the family. You two explain yourselves at once.
Oh, hello. Hi. How are you doing? We were just looking around and we got a little turned around. The
This is a lovely place, though.
It's lovely, although it's a little unkempt back. Have you seen the hedges? It's a little.
He points over to a camera that you see is trained exactly where Hyacinth picked up the diamond earring. You just got lost. You decided to snoop around our hedges.
She is an expert. Do you not know? She's very good at groundswork. So it's kind of a not.
All
She's
right.
retired, but professional.
Yeah, it's
And
true.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and make a day roll, and you're going to be at disadvantage now. So you're gonna roll 3 dice and take the 2 lowest. And what are you afraid will happen if you fail?
What am I afraid is going to happen if we fail? I'm a little. Well, I don't know that she has. I don't know how meta I can get because I'm afraid that whatever Hyacinth found that I maybe don't know about, she gets in trouble, and we get kicked out, and it bars us.
Yeah.
Even more.
Yeah.
Okay, disadvantage. Oh no, one of those is a 1.
Oh.
It was a 5.
So you can put on a crown to turn this into a success.
Ooh, I
As a
can.
mechanic reminder.
I can. Yeah, let's see. Okay. I'm gonna do a scene in the present day showing a burgeoning romance.
Okay.
I'm just gonna flirt with the butler. No big deal.
You're gonna flirt with the butler. All right.
Yeah. I mean, it's not
I'm
gonna
not
give
sure
it.
it's supposed to be an active scene, but we'll do it.
I don't know. It doesn't. This is a scene in the present day.
Yeah.
Oh, have we? I feel like we've met before. Have you been down to the? Feel like I've seen you across the way. You cut a very fine figure. You look very good in your suit.
So, on a 7 to 9,
yeah,
you get a choice here.
Okay.
So, if you go with flirting, it will absolutely work. You'll get the butler's attention, but he will become enamored with you.
Okay.
And he will have his eyes and attention on you much more anytime he's nearby or the Krause family is nearby, which might make it harder to do sneakier things. Or you can choose to sort of explain yourselves away and walk away in this moment and leave unscathed to investigate other pastures.
Okay. All right. I think she's trying to think as quickly as she can, and she's like, yeah, let's just go. Let's go. Sorry, we got lost. I'm so sorry.
Well, let me lead you to the front.
Oh, amazing. That would be lovely. Thank you so much.
And Hyacinth, I will allow you to make one more meddling move. Eyes open as you're walked through the manor to the front.
All right. That's reason, I assume. Once more with a 9.
With a 9. All right. So the clue that you see as you're walking through on the table by the front door, you see there's a guest list for an upcoming gala that the Krause family is running, but one of the names is crossed out. Unfortunately, on a 7 to 9, you can't really get an idea of what names are on the list, much less which one is crossed out, but it's a pretty aggressive crossing out. As you are brought to the front, the butler calls you a taxi. The two of you slip into the taxi. Taxi driver looks back. Where to, ladies?
Literally a block that way. Just around the corner. Really appreciate it. I don't know. Just kidding.
I don't ask questions. As he takes you over to your car.
Yeah. Oh, well, that went well. How about we talk? We look at the body instead. That way, at least it can't get mad at us?
I mean, yeah, probably. I mean, if he gets mad at us, then I think that solves the crime. But anyway.
Yeah. All right. You make your way to the fish market. Immediately, lungs filled with the smell of strong, fishy grossness mixed with thick cigarette smoke of the group of sort of sailors and fishermen out front just chain smoking. As you make your way to the sort of freezer area that you know the body is currently being kept in, what do you see that reminds you of why you love the fish market or why you hate it?
Hyacinth finds that the smell is refreshing. It reminds her of omega-3 and how important that is to one's daily health.
Omega-3. Absolutely.
Opal doesn't like the smell, but likes the energy of the people, where it's like yelling across the place. And like, I one time went to Portland where they threw fish across the way. It was great. Like, it's just a lot of like fish. It's a giant fish just thrown. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Thrilling.
Absolutely. And as you sort of make your way back, a fishmonger rolls his ice-packed cart past you. It's full of just a cornucopia of the sea. Sea bass, mussels, crabs, all sorts. As you watch him pass by, you see the sheriff up, leaned against the wall, currently having an argument with a well-dressed but strangely dressed young man. It's this sort of like suit that's got an asymmetrical cuts, like one shoulder is up and pointed, one doesn't have any shoulder pads. It's like green and patterned on the bottom half and just a pure like gold on the top half. His hair is done all up in this sort of like very vibrant sort of unicorn like blues, pinks, and purples, and is having a sort of loud back and forth with the sheriff.
Oh, what's this about?
Who's your friend, Sheriff?
And I'm telling you, you can't take the body back. That's not how these work, David. Sheriff, come on. You know how money makes this work, okay? How much money do you need? Okay, I can give it to you. It's important that we get it back to church, all right? We gotta bury him where the rest of our family is buried. And you can't. I'm gonna get the body back to you, but we have to investigate it first. What is there to investigate? He got drunk and he fell overboard. Hi. How are you doing, Mavens? This is David, the son, the eldest son, the only son of the recently deceased.
Oh, David, I'm so sorry for your loss. How traumatizing that must have been. How are you and the family holding up?
I mean, he was a bastard, right?
Oh.
I'm holding up fine. Honestly, I just need to get back to my art gallery back in Boston.
Oh, that explains the hair. It's very colorful. I like your look.
Thanks. I like the layering you got going on with the cardigans.
It's so cold, especially in here. I could honestly use another.
It's like 94 degrees out.
No. Oh, well, you're young. You'll find out one day.
After menopause.
Yes, I'm sure I'll discover it after I go through menopause.
Well, yeah.
And why are these old ladies here? They're, believe it or not, they're deputized to help with cases like this. And you see just an incredulous look on this guy's face. Deputized.
Right.
These old ditties?
I think you'll find we're more capable than you give us credit for, young man.
That's everyone's first mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
In your
Hurry
case,
up
your
with
first
your-
mistake was that outfit, actually, but the second mistake was underestimating us.
Are you insulting this outfit?
No, I think it's lovely for a carnival, perhaps.
It's a combination of what Will Smith wore to the Met Gala and what Elliot Page wore, right? It's cost a lot of money.
Will Smith is that Fresh Prince, yes?
Yes, the very same.
Huh.
This outfit, more money than you've made in your life.
Oh, well, that's probably true. I was a librarian, criminally underfunded.
Well, I was in West Philadelphia, born and raised myself, so I know a thing or two about fashion, and that, my son, is not fashion. That
No.
is a statement that you are making to the world. And that statement is, I am blind and have no sense of style.
All right, as you're insulting David, I will allow one of you to make a meddling roll here to see if you can squeeze out any clues or details in this conversation.
I don't know. I can do it.
Yeah,
Hyacinth,
got the
you want to
presence.
keep? Oh yeah, is that a presence roll? Yes.
Yes.
Is it presence or reason for meddling?
Presence?
Got it.
In this case, it's whatever makes sense. Since it's
Got
a discussion here that you're trying to get information out of, it's
I've
presence.
been chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool for so long. Double six.
Woo!
12.
So actually, it's a 13.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So normally on a 12 plus for meddling, you get what's called a void clue. So in this game, there's a sort of meta mystery that connects all of the mysteries you'd be going through. Since this is a one shot, instead, I'm going to give you 2 clues.
Ooh.
As you're talking, the first thing that you notice is that he has a very opulent watch that is set to a very incorrect time.
Can I tell what time it is?
Yes, but we're going to leave that vague for now
Got it.
until we get to the theorize roll, so y'all have a little bit more leverage.
Cool.
Yeah. And as well as that, you see an outline in his pocket of what looks to be a small handgun.
Got it.
So next you're gonna tell me, Sheriff, that these old ladies are here to check out the body. You're gonna let them check. Is that why I can't take the body back up to Boston? Because these old ladies need to get a look? Do they make sure to bring their reading glasses?
Actually, yes.
Of course.
And my birding glasses.
The fuck are birding glasses?
Well, they're sort of like binoculars, but they're more portable.
Whatever. Look, Sheriff, you got until the end of the day tomorrow, and then I'm gonna get other people involved, all right? Sheriff, sort of. Whatever you say, David.
Hey, young man, before you go, do you have a business card? I like to scrapbook, and I need to remember your style. You're very, very interesting.
Of course, yeah. He reaches into the inside pocket of his coat. Bone. Expensive.
Oh, real
And
bone.
while that is happening, I am busy picking his pocket for that gun.
Ooh.
Real
I love
bone.
that. I love that. Yeah. Give me a vitality roll. This is going to be I'm going to say, yeah, this is still a day move because you're surrounded by people. What are you worried will happen if this goes wrong?
Well, I'm worried that I'll be caught and then I won't be taken seriously anymore, and our social cred will be reduced.
Yeah.
Hyacinth is very worried about reputation.
Yeah, apparently. Hyacinth's like, I have an image to maintain.
I do.
Oh, is this font Proxima Nova?
The very
The
same.
kerning.
Kerning's very important to me.
That's a 13 on that roll.
Hell yeah, absolutely. You managed to. I don't know why I made tentacle noises for you pickpocketing there, but
Why is your coat so wet?
right.
Did you fall into the bay?
You managed to reach in, grab a hold of the handgun, and moreover, I think you Indiana Jones it. I think you put something else in his pocket that will make him take longer to realize he doesn't have the handgun. What do you put in there?
One of my weights. I always
Absolutely.
carry weights, you see.
Yeah, you slip one of your weights in there. You get, like, it's perfect match to the heft of the gun as you quickly pocket the gun yourself. David, with a flare and a flourish, the tailcoat flaring out behind him, stomps off towards the parking lot as the very beleaguered looking sheriff turns. Says, "You ladies certainly took your time."
Well, we had to investigate before we started on this particular avenue.
Oh, come on in. Hold your noses.
Oh no, I love the smell.
As you see, he puts on like an N95 mask and steps into the cold storage. You see inside the cold storage, the boxes of fish have been quickly pushed to the side, and it looks like maybe one of the like gurneys from an ambulance or something like that. Obviously, a temporary gurney has been put up, and the body is lying on top of it with a blanket covering it. As you sort of step into the cold storage here, you have the feeling that you're being watched. What makes you feel like this?
Just hundreds of dead fish eyes? I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean-
The gleam of the there's like a sterile light up at the top that's reflecting off the fish eyes, making it look like they're all looking at you.
Is that one
love that.
scene from The Little Mermaid when Sebastian runs onto the boat and is just seeing a bunch of dead fish, his brethren all dead? Yeah, it's that.
Yeah. And what about you, Hyacinth?
I think it's that camera up there.
Absolutely. Is it a camera you think that belongs to the fish market, or did someone else put it there?
Ooh. Well, I like to think that it's the fish market. It would make sense, but you never know in this town.
Yeah. All right. As you sort of get there, the sheriff you see is like holding in, like he's about to vomit. I still don't do good with bodies. You think I would after 15 years on the job, but nope, doesn't get easier. I'll leave you ladies to it. I'll guard the front of the tent if you need me.
Have some ginger tea. It'll help with your constitution.
Sure, thanks. As the sheriff sort of steps out. What do our mavens do?
Yeah, I think Opal wants to look with a gun in the picture. Opal wants to look for any small bullet wounds or whatever they can manage to find.
All right, so this is going to be a meddling roll, and you're going to make it with composure. Composure is used when you need a steady hand, you're trying to hold back a fear-based reaction.
Okay. Okay, it's a 9.
A 9. Absolutely. So, as you sort of root around, well, first you uncover the body, and you see that the body itself is completely waterlogged. The face is bloated. A lot of the skin has sort of even sloughed off at this point, like it spent several hours in the water, and it very clearly shows on the body. It's not a very pretty sight. And unfortunately, it makes the clues also not as easy to find. As you sort of look around for bullet wounds, you don't find any obvious ones, but what you do find is in his pocket is a letter to some legal group. Their seal has been washed off. It's hard to make out much of the letter, but it seems to be a letter to write someone out of the will. But it's so waterlogged, you're not sure. Maybe it's not even mentioned who exactly in the letter. Maybe it's just that paragraph has been washed out or something, but it is clear this is meant to be writing someone out of the will.
Okay.
Suspicious.
Very. Also, why wouldn't they have... The cops are awful in this town. Surely they would have gone through the pockets and found whatever. That's why they need us.
That's why they need us.
I mean, really basic investigation 101, right?
Yeah.
Yes, the BBPD is not well funded.
It's really just one sheriff, and he's terrified of dead bodies.
He is.
Oh,
Didn't want to cut it.
truly don't wimple. It's really not that big a deal. I mean, the sloughed off skin is awful. I'm not gonna lie. That's not great. But chilly. Honestly, get a new job. Anyway.
I'm examining the gun while she's doing that.
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me a meddling check. This will be reason.
All right. Nice. 11. Rolling good.
Nice. Absolutely. As you're sort of investigating the gun, it's a sort of normal looking gun. Nothing too crazy about it. But as you sort of take out the magazine, you see inside the clip, there's not actually any bullets. There's folded up paper. And as you pull it out, you see that it is a stock certificate.
Stock certificate in whose name?
And David's name.
I see. Stock in what?
What do you think it's stock in?
Ooh. The family business.
Absolutely. Yeah, in Krause Enterprises.
I see. Things come together.
And as you get that clue, we're going to step out for a 5-minute break here so I can use the restroom. We'll be right back, everyone. Make sure you get in the Discord. Links should be down below. We're always looking for players to join us for our shows on YouTube or for our one-shots like this. So if you're interested in joining us, definitely get in the Discord. Otherwise, just come hang out, yeah?
Yeah, go drink your ginger tea and come back in 5 minutes.
Work on your constitution, and we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Bundle up.
All right, and we are back. How are our mavens doing?
Fantastic. We're closing in on this case.
I don't think that kid understands how anything works. He didn't put bullets in his gun.
It didn't.
What an idiot!
There
You
might have
can't
been
fire
so
stocks.
there was enough room above the folded up stock certificates that there could have been bullets.
Oh, weird.
Or perhaps they're put in after they were shot. Who knows?
How strange.
I mean, what if you accidentally shoot paper? Doesn't that destroy the... Anyway, what an idiot. Let's go on, shall we?
Yeah, I think that brings us to 7 clues. Let's go
That's
ahead
it?
and list them out. Yeah. So we have the wristwatch set to the wrong time, the small handgun, the stock certificates in a strange place, the guest list for the Kraus family party with one name crossed out, an expensive diamond earring, and instructions to cut someone out of the will. So that's 6.
Okay.
All right. That's
So-
good.
Yeah,
But I think I'd be more comfortable with a few more.
absolutely.
Definitely. Definitely should keep looking.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should examine the boat.
Yes. It's been a while since I've been on a boat.
As you sort of discuss and step out, the sheriff turns to look and says, well, you cracked the case yet?
We're close.
Really, you should come to one of our book club meetings. I think you'd learn something.
I don't have time for that. I'm too busy solving mysteries.
All
Actual
right.
mysteries.
Okay.
Right. Yes.
Can we go see the boat?
Absolutely. I believe that Sarah is currently on the boat, so you can talk to her while you're there as well. I can call up one of the guys and get you on over there.
Yes. Lovely. A ride would be lovely.
Excellent.
And we smash cut to the two of you on a small little skipper as you pull up beside this massive yacht, the Kraus family seal emblazoned across the side with a subtext of Kraus Enterprises under it. As you make your way up, this yacht is massive, several floors. It's got its own pool, its own hot tubs. It's got water slides. It's like almost like a cruise by itself. As you step aboard, what shows you that these people have more money than they know what to do with?
Oh, gosh. Laura struggles to think in poor person.
Everything immaculately polished, blinding whites. My power strip trying to fall.
I think I know what mine is.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'll wait till his headphones come back on. I think Opal notices all of the like things, anything that is like cushioned is made out of a material that is like not weather resistant at all. Like it's just like it's so soft and comfy, but like and like nice to the touch, but absolutely must probably be replaced
All
like
the time.
every month. Yeah, all the
Absolutely,
time.
yeah.
White, just so pristine. Like, who has white linen for their? Oh, that's awful. Everything
White
couldn't spill
linens
a-
for their boat.
Awful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that Hyacinth notices the quarters for servants, which there are servants apparently full-time on this boat. just for the boat servants.
Yeah, even when the family's not on it.
Boat servants.
Yeah. So, do you two want to snoop around the boat, or do you want to go and find Sarah?
I think we should find Sarah. I've got a relationship with her after all.
And maybe she can give us a tour of the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So, you head on to the upper decks, and you see sort of after asking some of the servants for help, you're redirected to Sarah's quarters, and you step inside, and you see, well, even before you step inside, you hear sort of sobbing from outside the door. And do you knock? Do you just step in?
I think Opal does the knock open the door thing. Like, it's like,
I'm knocking to show respect, but walking
Mom,
in to assert my authority.
It's mom. It's mom walking into your bedroom. Oh,
Yeah.
So sorry to interrupt. Hello, dear.
And you see, again, like big room full of soft, comfortable things. And you see there's one big bed sort of at one end of the room. You see three sort of smaller beds. The bottom of each one with a like beautifully hand-carved name tag for Sarah's kids, Portia, Mercedes, and Lambo.
Oh, poor Lambo.
Poor Lambo. And Sarah herself is sort of sat on the edge of her bed. You see she has her face turned away, and there's just like crumpled up Kleenex all behind her in a disgusting mess. And she says, sorry about, yeah, please, yeah, I have to pull up a chair. And she's, again, dressed in all black, sort of like sheer sleeves, but like very clearly like mourning clothes. Is that Hyacinth?
Yes, you remember. Oh, I'm so glad.
Of course, you showed me the best tea spots in town.
Yes, I know all the best spots. But darling, I'm so sorry that this happened to you.
Yeah, I mean, it was just so unexpected, and
Your brother doesn't seem to think so.
David, yeah, I told him not to talk to me. He's so, he just doesn't care about anything except his stupid museum.
His museum?
Yeah, his art museum.
Lovely, lovely. I'm sure that takes a lot of money to maintain.
Of course. It brings in a little bit, but certainly not as much as it takes. Are you two helping the sheriff?
We are. Oh, here you go, dear. Dry your eyes. And Opal hands over a very nice handkerchief.
Yeah, she takes it and sort of like feels it in her hand before sort of dabbing her eyes. Thanks. I'm sorry. My name is Sarah Krause.
Sarah, it's good to meet you. I'm Opal.
Nice to meet you, Opal.
With Hyacinth and I go way back, but
yeah.
we're here to just to get another pair of eyes, or two pairs of eyes on everything for the sheriff. And since Hyacinth knows you and has spent time, we just wanted to pay our respects and see if there was anything we could do to help, or any information you may have had.
Yeah, certainly. And Opal, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and make a meddling roll with presence.
Let's go. Listen, not as good. It's a 7.
A 7. I will offer the crown again here if you would like.
Wait. Oh yes. Let's see. What do I want to do? I'm gonna pull out. I'm gonna do the gold crown. I'm gonna do it, and dear Have you ever heard of Amanda Delacourt? I'm a really big fan.
Hyacinth was telling me about her at the
This
the mystery
reminds
lady.
me. Yes. This reminds me of one of her best stories. It's on a boat as well. There's lots of boats in these murder mysteries. It's very strange. I don't know that I'd ever have a boat after reading it. Not my person anyway. And there's a lot of people. Well, no one knows who done it, and all these things. And there's like a red herring. Like there's one person who's so obviously the one, like it has to be this person, but then it turns out it's absolutely not. It's like, what are your thoughts on that? What do you feel about, like, how's your mom doing, or your little sister, or is the staff?
Okay.
Was the staff mad?
You have to also say how Amanda eventually overcame this problem of the red herring person on the boat.
How did she do this?
Hyacinth, you're also welcome to contribute. This can be a group effort here of how the Amanda Delacourt case plays into this.
Well, I mean, Amanda always saw through all the nonsense that people try to throw at her. That's her strength, is the way that she just tackles the bullshit and cuts through it. So she wasn't fooled by the pretensions of these people around her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think you can see through a lot of bullshit too. As a mother of 3, I'm sure you see a lot of it.
Yes, how is darling Lambo?
Oh, Lambo. Still getting picked on at school for some reason.
I don't know why.
Yeah, mister.
Well, I mean, I don't know much. I found this, and she goes to her bedside table and pulls out a small sheet of paper that has a sequence of numbers on it. She's like, I saw it the night Dad, but I don't know what it means. And I also saw this in Dad's room. I took it out before anyone else investigated, and she pulls out a paternity test. Who do you think the paternity test is for?
I think it's for the little one. I think it's for Emily.
Yeah. Yeah, they were both in Dad's room. I'm not an investigator. I'm surely no Amanda Delacourt, but I thought maybe it would be helpful. I didn't want the police getting it because I didn't want to sully the family name, right? But
that's understandable. May we take them, just to for our investigations, or copy down the information?
Yeah, I
Or
trust you.
scrapbooking.
Or scrapbook. I have a great scrapbook. You should see it.
Scrapbook the paternity test.
Listen, all kinds. Mostly no. I like the numbers. The numbers are all very cool and it's artsy. Well, your brother likes the art stuff anyway.
Is there anything else I can help with?
Well, would you mind, if you don't want to come, that's fine. Would you mind if we just took a look around? I've never been on a boat this big. I mean, a yacht this big.
Sure. I think Emily might be in her room as well, if you wanted to visit her.
So you have a house, right? Do you live on a boat? This is wild.
I prefer my room here, and I think Emily just couldn't be bothered to leave the boat.
Oh. Right. Well, understandable. Like, it's you got a good rocking motion. I understand. We won't bother you. I'm so sorry for your loss again.
Oh, if there's anything I can do to help figure things out, just let me know.
Thank you. Can you tell me where it is that your father fell from?
I wasn't there. One of the top deck railings.
All right. I'll find it. Don't worry.
Was anybody there? Was anybody around, or?
Honestly, I'm not sure. It's just that's what I heard from the family is that he fell.
Ooh.
Noted. All right. Well, you dry your eyes and, take as much time you need. Join our book club. Just whenever you're okay. We do meet and we're always looking for new members. You should come along and join us.
Well, I don't exactly spend a lot of time in Brindlewood Bay.
Oh, you could bring the kids. You could make a day of it.
I'll think about it.
Oh, zoom in. We're all that pandemic shit. You can zoom in. I don't know. Never mind.
You see,
I don't
like
know.
a look of horror across her face at the idea of trying to zoom in to a book club with a bunch of old ladies.
Can you hear me? Are you there?
Exactly.
Sarah, you're muted.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, we'll be in touch.
Marvelous. And I'll depart. We'll depart.
Yeah. Do you want to make your way to Emily's room, or do you want to tour somewhere else in the boat?
I want to examine the upper rails and find where this accident happened.
Absolutely. Go ahead. That will be a reason check for meddling.
Right. Well, that's not good. Yes, a 6. That's a miss.
All right.
She falls off. No!
Yeah, so as you head up to sort of check out the railing, figure out where it might be, the railing, just like the rest of the boat, is pristine, and you suspect probably cleaned since any incident might have occurred. So cleaned, in fact, that the floor is waxed, polished, and your speed walk strut just a little bit too fast and twist your ankle.
Oh,
and
no!
add the condition, twisted ankle. Any rolls that might affect will be done at disadvantage.
Oh no!
Her lucrative speed walking career.
No, not her speed walking career.
There goes her chance at the geriatric Olympics.
Opal, this could ruin me.
No! Quick, I'll use one of my cardigans to brace you. Don't lean on me, I'm not strong.
Yeah, you unfortunately don't see anything on the upper deck. It's wiped clean.
Oh, is it though? I think I might want to put on a crown.
Okay, yeah.
And show a flashback showing about my imperfect mothering skills of Bubba.
Okay.
Yes, poor Bubba was a wee kitty once, very small, still had that trouble breathing, but was otherwise a healthy kitty, and well, Hyacinth read about how to feed your cat well and give it timed meals and things like that, and she tried it for a while, but eventually the machine broke, and then she just sort of opened the bag.
Just let Bubba free feed.
And Bubba has been large ever since, poor thing.
Poor Bubba.
He heaves himself across the floor.
All right. So that brings us to a 7 to 9. As you investigate the top deck, we already talked about sort of these uncharacteristic for a boat, linens and things like that. And as you're investigating this top deck, there's an area that's meant to be, I guess, sort of like a cabana, maybe, that has this big rug in it. And the rug looks to have been steamed recently, but as you lift it up, you see bloodstains on the bottom of it. But as you do so, you do wind up falling on the wax floor still. So you still have your sprained leg, or sprained ankle, but you do get the bloodstained rug clue.
See. This is all coming together nicely, Opal.
Meanwhile, you're doing the Peter Griffin thing.
Yeah.
I've told you to penguin walk. It's important.
Penguin walk.
I do not penguin walk.
Well, look at you now.
Now you penguin walk.
Right.
Alright, what is our crew up to next?
As we're hobbling back down to get off the boat, I think Opal wants to catch the eye of one of these staff, these forever boat staff.
Yeah.
I just live on a boat. What's that like? No, I think she's gonna pull like the grandma thing of like strange times. I mean, again, linen. So she starts just talking like stream of conscious to try to
Absolutely.
like put them and whatever. Be like, did anybody even see what happened? I mean, how'd they even find him in the? What happened? Does anybody know? She's just trying to like interrogate and like befuddle.
I just heard from everyone in the family that he fell over.
So no one saw this man who
I assume
owns
someone in
this
the family
boat.
must have.
Someone in the family must have. Interesting.
I mean, they're all saying the same thing.
This is, well, yes. Has anyone seen the little one? Sarah had said that the little one isn't leaving a room or something. Is that?
Oh, that's normal for Emily.
Oh, is she one of those indoor kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. My grandson's like that.
My
Are
cat's
you-
like that.
Oh, Bubba. Well, Bubba can't move. You really should take him power walking. Anyway.
Take Bubba power walking.
He's
Little legs.
Are you all okay? Do you all have good health benefits to deal with the trauma of your boss falling off of a boat you're supposed to take care of?
I mean, some of us are getting like bereavement leave or whatnot, but I mean, yeah,
Well, I'm
it's
not
sort of like
getting
a
a...
seniority thing.
Oh, great. So, I mean, but is anyone like super sad about it, or is everyone just kind of...
I mean, of the
Nonplussed.
servants, we don't really interact with Mr. Krause that much.
Oh, he was one of those guys? Oh,
Yeah.
noted. Well, Hyacinth, should we check on Emily while if she's on this boat?
I think that's our last step.
Excellent. We're just gonna go have a little chat. We've chatted with the rest of the family. I think we're just gonna go and have a little talk with Emily. Make sure she's, drinking water and eating food and not wasting away in front of her computer.
Yeah. Let me take you to her room.
Thank
Lovely.
you.
Yeah. And the servant leads you to the room. I assume you do the same knock enter thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do the knock enter, and immediately you're hit with the smell of like gamer room.
Oh, yep, that's my grandson's smell. Gross.
The cat smell too.
And
Oh, no.
You see Emily in a pair of pajamas, sort of like legs kicked up, laying back in bed, phone above her face, threatening to fall on her at the slightest mistouch as she types away rapidly. She doesn't even glance your way. Says, I didn't ask for any servants or care. I'm fine until dinner.
Oh, you think we're servants? Oh, no. We're here to solve a murder.
A murder? See, now she sort of glances over at you and then glances back. What are old ladies like you trying to solve a murder for? What's that have to do with me?
But you do know that there's a death that's happened. You're not that unaware, right?
Yeah, everything I've heard, he got drunk and fell over. Sounds like Dad.
Who told you? I'm really curious. Who was the one who told you that your father got drunk and fell off of a very expensive boat that doesn't make any sense?
I mean, I think it was my brother or my mom?
Oh. Where is your mom?
I don't know, probably preparing for her testicle gala.
Oh, it's a testicle gala. What is that about? That's strange. Is that like a new hip slang?
It's about, raising money for testicular cancer or something. I don't know.
Ooh. Oh, are you going to that?
I kind of have to. It's a family thing.
Oh.
Is there someone not going to that?
I mean, I think David's probably going back up to his museum.
No, someone denied.
I mean, I'm not
Good thing
sure.
she's not looking with that crazy eye.
I'm going to need one of you to go ahead and make our meddling roll for this conversation.
What are your thoughts? I can do it. Do you want to do it?
Go for it.
Okay. Come on.
This would be presents.
Presents? Yay! That is a 10.
All right. Yeah. So, Emily, again, sort of not looking from her phone. You kind of get free access to peruse her room a little bit while Opal keeps her busy talking. And you see a little pink diary. It stands out because it's the only pink thing in her room.
Mm.
And you don't want to be too obvious about your snooping, but when you look, you quickly glance at the first line in the most recent entry, and it says, "I can't take this anymore."
Mm. Steal it.
All right, give me. I'm gonna say this is actually gonna be a night move.
Okay.
Because you're in a much riskier circumstance. It's only you, the servants, the family on this boat. What are you afraid will happen if you fail this roll?
I'm afraid that we will get kicked off this entire case if I fail this roll, because the child will accuse me of theft and call the police. And, well, the police is who we're supposed to be working for in the first place, and that's just not going to work at all.
It's even worse than that.
Oh,
Oh no!
You're far enough offshore that you're in international waters.
oh God.
And the Krause family is known to take things into their own hands.
Oh, shit.
Oh no! Pirate! Wait, who's the captain now? Is it Sarah? She likes us.
So, if you would like to move forward with the roll, you can.
Yes, I will move forward with this
It
roll.
will be a vitality roll. I'm going to say your sprained ankle doesn't affect this, so you're rolling straight.
Yay! No, Emily, can you explain what Skibbity Ohio means? Because no one can explain it to me.
Let me send you some videos. I have a playlist I made. What's your Discord?
What's a Discord?
You got a 10? Hell yeah. You managed to quickly take the diary, pocket it with your tentacles again.
Everything's so wet.
Everything's so wet. Why? It's because they use normal ass cloth and linens on this boat. They're
Yeah.
not weather resistant.
Yeah.
So they're just drenched all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you managed to pocket the book. But the conversation with Emily is inane. Anytime you try and probe for actual information from her or anything like that, she just doesn't know. And you very quickly get the idea that she probably hasn't left her room since they got on the boat.
As we leave, it's like, you can reach your full potential. You just have to put your phone down every once in a while. Goodbye.
Leave your room, for crying out loud.
It smells like shit.
Fuck you, Grandma.
You can't talk to me that way. Yeah, you can. It's fine. I don't care.
Young people these days.
I've heard worse.
All right, as you leave Emily, you have a couple options here. One is you can figure out where the mother is preparing for the gala. It's probably the manor. And try and get back in there. Or if you think you have enough clues, you can take a stab at solving the mystery now.
Like, I feel like we need to get some kind of FaceTime with the mom.
Mm-hmm.
With Allison?
Yes, Allison.
With Allison. Yeah, maybe we can get the sheriff to, it's like they said, we're there with the sheriff. They can't turn us away. We kind of just showed up at their door. Like, that was a rookie move.
And we smash cut to you in the sheriff's car. You're buzzed in through the gate without even having to talk to the intercom.
Can you really deputize us? Just deputize us at this point. Give us a badge. That'd be great.
That would be wonderful.
My ego could not take the blow it would be to deputize you.
Oh,
I need you to understand this.
You need to work on that. That's, anyway, we could, that's a lot to unpack. We'll unpack that later.
It is.
As you step inside, the butler eyes the two of you.
Lovely to see you again.
You don't see any emotion on his face, like a very well-trained butler. You're not sure if he recognizes you or what he's feeling, but he does definitely eye you up. Yes, Mr. Sheriff? How can I help you? Yeah, we're just here to talk to Mrs. Krause. Of course, she's in her sitting room. Follow me. And the butler leads you back to the sitting room, where you see a picture of elegance. A beautiful fitted dress that sort of flares out at the bottom, but somehow still falls like perfectly on the floor, not crumpled just right. That looks nice. It almost shimmers as she moves. Her hair is done up perfectly and a sort of very complicated updo that somehow there's not any like visible bobby pins or anything like that in it, and her makeup is absolutely impeccable, like an artist did it. As she turns around, says, I'm quite busy working on the 4th Warriors Ball. I suppose I can spare some time for you, Sheriff, but be brief. It's just like Albert to die at a time like this. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my husband, and I'm deeply distraught. And you can see some marks in her makeup where she has been crying. But business must go on. A multi-million-dollar empire doesn't run itself.
That's true.
That is very true. It's very true.
Yeah.
What is what's the gala? Fourth Warriors Ball? What is that about?
Our 4th annual Warriors Ball. It's a gala to raise money for testicular cancer.
Oh.
Did someone that you know suffer from testicular cancer?
Albert, actually.
Oh.
Oh.
Interesting. Was he in recovery?
Well, unfortunately, they had to remove the affected area.
I see.
But I'm hoping with enough money raised, we'll be in a better spot should, David's genetics, he's predisposed to its very, very high genetic correlation.
Oh, tragic.
Yes.
That would be tragic. We met him earlier. What a shame for him not to procreate. So this must be seems like a thing that's like a big to-do. Is the who's who comes
Absolutely.
along and everyone joins? Is everyone who comes? I love a good party.
I mean, so the entry plate is $1 million.
Wow.
And then we have a silent auction for art pieces that David helps me out with, and we have a show that Emily is supposed to be helping me with, but well, anyways, it's a whole big thing. It's lots of movie stars and philanthropists, and it's a very exclusive sort of gala as well with that price point, so it serves as a networking event on top of the actual donations. So it's a sort of win-win for everyone involved.
Lovely for everyone involved.
Yeah, and let's go ahead and
Happy to
make
see
our
your
meddling.
guest list, actually. And it looked like there was one person who was definitely not involved anymore.
Yeah, let's make our meddling move.
Meddling. Up to you.
It's been a while since I did a move.
Been a while. Let's go.
Been a while since I first saw.
Since I meddled like an old lady.
Is this reason or presence or composure?
This will be presence.
Presence. I've got nothing. All right. It's going to be great.
You can do it.
8.
Listen,
An 8.
it wasn't a critical
Absolutely.
fail.
Yeah. So, let me see how I'm gonna piece this together. Yeah, as you sort of bring up the name on the guest lists, she sort of looks up and says, "Oh, well, that's probably enough about the Warriors Ball. You're here to investigate Albert's death, right? Tragic. We got into a fight right before it happened yesterday morning, which sets alarms in your head because everyone else has been saying it happened last night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right before it happened, we were arguing about the color for the tablecloths for the Warriors Ball. I said that clearly it should be blue because blue is a boy color and testicular cancer is a boy problem. But Albert said that Emily had informed him that's not up and up with the times and that we should go with a more neutral sort of yellow or something like that perhaps. And we've been blue for 3 years. I don't know why we need to change it now. Anyways, I wish our last words hadn't been an argument.
It's always hard. The last words that I had with my dearly departed husband were, it was so innocuous I don't even remember. It was something like, don't forget to buy tea. So, I understand.
The last words Jane said to me were, "Hyacinth, I can smell toast."
Oh no! Ironically, you were making toast, but also the stroke did it.
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
Anyways, if that's quite all, I have a lot of work to get to that I would like to get back to.
So you're talking about how, David is providing the art and Emily, why in the world? I had a lovely chat with Emily. Why she would be helping with the show? What is Sarah's part in this?
I mean, she's so busy raising the only grandchildren I have that I don't ask her to participate unless she wants to. And this year, she hasn't taken on any duties.
See? Well.
Which is just as well. It gives her more time with the kids. Especially poor little Lambo. He was held back last year.
Oh, Lambo.
She's just kind of shifting to the right gear, huh?
Yeah.
No.
Well, no. Well, very sorry. I'm trying not to dwell too much on, past arguments, but it was really just about color?
Yeah. The stupidest thing.
I mean, yeah. Historically, blue was actually a female color because it was said to be calming, and red was actually pink was a male because it was all dominant. Anyway, I'll leave you to your...
You see, like, a cognitive dissonance hit her as you say that before she just dismisses it entirely. And we smash cut back to the Candlelight bookstore. The two of you up in the Maven's den. And time-wise, I'm going to force our theorize here. So to go over the clues we have a blood-soaked rug, a misreported time of Albert's death, a wristwatch set to the wrong time, a diary entry saying I just can't take it anymore, a small handgun, stock certificates hiding in a strange place, a guest list for the upcoming party with one name crossed out, an expensive diamond earring, its mate missing, a sequence of numbers written on a slip of paper, a document that calls into question the paternity of Emily, and instructions to cut someone out of the will.
Right.
Who done it?
Okay. Who done it?
Who indeed? Well,
You're welcome to add in details here and add to the fiction. So for example, if one of the clues was a severed finger, you might be like, but wait, Emily's always wearing gloves, right? Or something like that. So you're able to add things into the fiction here to help tie the disparate clues together.
Okay.
So an interesting thing about that watch, I noticed that it was off by exactly the same amount of time as the missing time in the report of death.
Oh, that is an interesting fact. And let's see. That pink journal, the pink diary,
Yes.
the handwriting was distinctly not very feminine. And it kind of matches the color scheme, the bright hair of David the son.
Indeed. Not Emily's at all.
No. But lots of family trying to cover up for each other.
Indeed. Perhaps this is a conspiracy.
They all did it. It's an Agatha Christie.
Maybe it was all of them.
So, someone writing someone out of the will. That would be hard on David if it were David.
True. And maybe there was a lot of argument about Emily potentially not being, if he was having issues down there,
Indeed.
So maybe there was a little bit of anger when it came to potentially dad having or mom having some kind of fling.
Yes. Perhaps a bit of competition though between inheritors. And if someone were going to be taken out of the will, well, then one would have to get rid of him before that change took place, then, wouldn't they?
Yes.
And of course, we know that he didn't fall because there wouldn't be blood on the deck beforehand. Someone hit him and then threw him off.
Yes. And who could be strong enough to do that? Not Emily. She's got those weird kid arms that I just live on the internet. She's an indoor kid.
It's true.
I don't know her legs. I don't know if her legs actually work.
We haven't seen her walk. That's
We've
true.
never seen that girl walk. Ever.
We have seen David walk.
He's got good, strong legs.
Good strong. He just shoulder checked him with that weird pointy shoulder pad. That's the blood. He just stabbed him with his fashion. Perhaps though, did you notice that, as put together, well, she's kind of frumpy, but she was wearing jewelry. Sarah, she wasn't wearing earrings, but she has pierced ears.
Oh, I see.
Bastion just exploded.
Sorry, my cat just failed to jump onto my desk, so
Bubba!
just scramble like fell back down.
No, Bubba, get down. Why is Bubba at the
no.
bookstore?
Bubba, you're too big to be on this desk.
You can't make it to the desk.
No. Perhaps
Right.
it was the older siblings.
In concert?
Or David doing the pushing and Sarah doing the covering.
That's a good point. Yes, I like that. I don't think Sarah feels good about it though. That's why she's all the crying and such.
And where are her kids? Like,
Ugh.
so sending them away.
Indeed.
They can't spill the beans. Poor Lambo. Traumatized even more.
He can't take any more trauma.
No, maybe the journal was his. Can't take any
Amber's
more.
journal the whole time.
So there was an argument, perhaps. And they killed him, threw him off, faked the time so that it would be less suspicious. Everyone would think that he was drunk the night before.
In the struggle, his watch was hit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what stopped the watch. Absolutely. So yeah.
Okay. So what we have right now is that David and Sarah were working in concert. Clearly, he wasn't just thrown overboard because of the blood on the rug. The time was misreported because David's watch was hit in the struggle, and that changed its time, meaning he was the one that must have said the time of death. You suspect that the motive was because of someone getting cut out of the will, along with the questioning of whether or not Emily was actually part of the family.
Mm-hmm.
And we've kind of pulled in the diamond earring, but I'm not quite sure how that fits in with everything yet. So that brings us 4 clues tied in.
What
So you'd be
else
rolling
do
at a
we
minus
have?
2 right now.
What else do we have?
We have the stock certificate, and that was in
Handgun.
David's gun, and kept hidden very.
Oh, you also did mention the diary looking like it matched David's handwriting
Yeah.
Right.
as a possible motive. So that would be 5.
Yes, well, him having the stock. Him having the stock. Well, him having the gun. First off, we couldn't see any bullet wounds, but that's. I mean, listen, he probably got shot. That's laid out on that rug.
Yeah. Maybe
So-
there was some gunpowder residue on the carpet along with the blood.
Absolutely. And then the stock certificates were he was ever since the paternity was figured out, he's been squirreling them away. Literally squirreling them away in the gun.
Absolutely. All right, that would bring us to a +1 on our roll. Any other clues you want to try and tie in before we roll?
I don't see how we're gonna get this guest list. I don't like that's
Or
Yeah, I don't think we connected it well enough.
string of random numbers.
Yeah.
the string of random numbers. Oh, and the legal thing was the will. So that's already been
Rug.
factored in.
Death, wristwatch, diary, gun, stocks.
The string of random numbers, absolutely.
Combination to a safe.
Or it could be
Kennedy, cut someone. Actually, we're at 8.
for
So
eight.
we're at a +2.
The sequence of numbers could be like financial records of like how the stock is doing. So maybe something's hey, listen, they were losing a lot of money on that yacht with the linen stuff. So I don't think Albert was a very good businessman with his $1 million plates. So maybe those stock certificates were worthless.
And David found out.
And David found out.
David found out the stocks were worthless.
J'accuse.
The family didn't actually have as much money. Okay. So that's going to give us a +3. Who's going to roll our theorized roll?
Do we just roll it straight, or is there a
You're
thing
rolling
that
it
goes
with a
with it?
+3.
Oh, it just with a +3.
Yeah, because of the
Got it,
6
got
clues,
it.
or excuse me, the 9 clues you brought in.
Okay, I just wasn't sure if we also add like if it's a reason
nah.
or if it's a okay. I don't know. Up to you.
Opal,
both
would you
been-
like to do the
We've
honor?
both been rolling kind of like. All right, we can. I'll do it. I'll do it. Okay, don't fuck me. Okay. Oh, it absolutely fucked me. Okay, so
Oh no.
8.
8, and I would remind you again, you have crowns
Oh, that's right.
that you can use to bring this to a 10.
Let's see. Okay. Oh gosh, let's see.
But every Maven will have to do it for a theorized roll, so both of you will have to put on a crown.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to do that? Okay. I'm going to. Let's see. Oh gosh, these are all interesting. Okay. I'm going to do a flashback of my fondest memory with my late partner Roger.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, as I'm pondering all this, and I'm thinking to Allison and that fight, like that her feelings about that last fight. I just, well, Roger and I used to have some, he was very unassuming unless we got into an argument, and then he was a beast. It was great. And just like thinking about this one, like amazing, like out of nowhere just row of like about something stupid. It was about like, no, you absolutely have to put the toilet paper over, not under. Like there is a wrong way to do this. And just like the absolute absurdity of this stupid fight that instead of ending in like huffiness and like anger just devolved into just like absolute laughter of like, what are we fighting about? This is the stupidest thing. And then making up and being like, we're just going to put the toilet paper we want to put it no matter what happens. So like, we'll just point and say, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. I love you. Oh, good job. So yeah. That's, yeah.
Very cute. About Hyacinth.
And here we have a scene at the Brindlewood Bay Chocolatier, where Hyacinth has started spending, arriving at more often than possibly her journeys would make sense of, and satisfying her physical desires by enjoying the luscious taste of almonds and dark chocolate.
Her carnal chocolate desire.
Oh, yes.
Almonds and dark chocolate is the nickname for the chocolatier. Also, the candy.
Both kinds of carnal desires are satisfied here at the chocolatier.
That's their tagline on the sign out front.
Oh, it's very risque.
Yeah.
It's their whole shtick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. I love that. As you get the pieces together, you hurriedly speed walk over back to the fish market just in time to see none other than Sarah and David wheeling the gurney out with Albert's body on it. They turn to look at you. Sarah breaks down, tears flowing down her face, and David says, "Look, I told the cops they had time. I need to bury him up at the church."
You think so?
Heads up! She's Opal's going to grab a giant fish and throw it at David.
All right, that feels like it's going to be a night move.
Go! Okay.
I'm going to give you advantage on this one, though, but it is vitality.
Okay.
What are you worried will happen if this goes wrong?
I don't. I'm just so worried that I'm going to cut my own hands on a fish because they're kind of sharp and weird, but also like be wrong. Like I'm just worried that it's gonna be like, oh, I've assaulted a person. Like, oh no. Yeah. I'm gonna get in trouble for assault.
It's actually worse than that.
Great.
Yeah, if you fail this, then David will have realized he got pickpocketed and by who, and will be prepared.
Got it. Okay. Oh, here we go. I have nothing to vitality.
Highest 2.
I got an 8.
An
Woo.
8. All right. You reach down, grab the fish, and toss it. You get a condition, cut hands.
Got it.
As they cut on the frozen scales of the fish, as it slams into David, knocking him down as you see him reach for the weight in his pocket and pull it out, utterly confused, here sprawled out on the ground. Sarah takes a moment to react. Hyacinth, you have a moment to do something before she reacts.
I'm going to grab her and pull her away from the cart.
All right, that's going to be another night move. What are you worried will happen if this goes wrong?
I'm worried that my ankle will give way beneath me and I will just look like a fool and not have accomplished anything at all.
Yeah. It's actually worse than that. With your ankle in this state, there's a good chance that this stress, if it goes wrong, will break your ankle.
Truly the end of your career.
That'll be the end of your career, yeah. Do you still want to move forward with the roll?
Yes.
All right. Your disadvantage from the sprained ankle cancels out the advantage from the surprise. You're rolling flat plus vitality.
All right.
No pain, no gain.
All right. So that is an 8.
All right. You get over there and manage to wrestle Sarah to the ground and get her pinned. But in that time, David has managed to scramble out from under the fish, realize the weight is in his pocket, and has turned to sort of scramble up to his feet and start trying to make a break for it. Opal, what do you do? He is limping from the fish. It's a big fish.
Limping from... Hey, listen.
Call the sheriff.
Is absolutely going to start screaming in the most shrill old lady voice. Help! Help! There's a man with a weight attack coming. I feel very threatened. They're stealing a body.
Give me this will be another night move. It'll be presence. What are you worried will happen if this goes wrong?
That I'm going to be ignored and he's going to bash me over the head with a weight.
It's even worse than that.
Death.
If this goes wrong, he'll get away.
Ow. All right. Just flat.
Yep, this will be just flat. You've lost the element of surprise.
What? Dice. Okay, here we go. That is... What was it again? Presence?
Presence.
Okay, that... We're just... Oh, it's a 9. That's a 9. Okay.
Okay. And you can crown it up to a 10.
I can crown it up to a 10. I am... I just have this flashback to when I was an imperfect mother and just started like
throwing fish at you.
Throwing fish at my kids. No, I just like having this of just always trying to be like, we always try to be very calm and like rational and like cool with our kids. But then once, or like that one time, I just lost it and just started shrieking at the top of my lungs at the little fucking aliens that I was raising at that time.
Yeah, absolutely. Channel that shrieking, and just as you see David's about to get out of the fish market, the sheriff's car pulls up in front of him and he careens into it as the sheriff steps out and pins him. Once again, the Mavens save the day. You explain the theory to the sheriff, and Emily corroborates your story that she was asked to keep hold of this diary for some reason in her room. And the court case is quick and easy with your evidence. The sheriff gets all of the credit in the media for the successful takedown. But that's quite all right, because the Mavens, they don't need that credit, right? It's just about solving the mystery. It's about the thrill.
I wouldn't mind a little sticker of a badge. It'd be nice. Whatever. Okay.
And that is where we end today's game.
Yay!
What'd y'all think of Brindlewood Bay?
That was hilarious. I definitely need to play it again. That was so fun.
It's a lot of fun. I feel like a campaign would be a great...
I know. I love the idea of a supernatural overarch, though. Like, that's terrifying.
Very Lantern Cove vibes.
Yeah. Shout out.
Check it out. Great podcast. Yeah, I love it. I also really like The Between. I think The Between is my favorite playbooks I've seen in Powered by the Apocalypse, because each playbook is dripping with flavor. You have like a Dorian Gray type figure with like an artifact that they have to be super protective of. You have a Frankenstein that's trying to put together their own monster. You have a vampire that's like dealing with living for as long as they have, and like each playbook is just oozing flavor, and it's so cool. Absolutely love it. And it uses the same mechanics as Brindlewood Bay with night moves and day moves, and like putting the pieces together by the players to solve the mystery.
Yeah, and this was my first time ever playing Powered by Apocalypse, any of this system, so it was so fun. I'll tell you guys right now. So like I literally learned it as we were playing it, and like the 30 minutes before we started playing, and it's so fun and easy to pick up. So I really cannot recommend it more. If you're nervous about trying something that isn't D&D, do this one. It's great.
It's so good. So easy.
It's so fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for playing with me, Lara,
Good job,
Sarah,
Bastion.
Major Preesh, Brus, and
Just give you a high
bruh.
pass.
I feel like what would be the plural of bruh?
Listen, I'll ask my 10-year-old. He'll tell me.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure it's bruh.
The plural. It's like
It's like moose.
moose. Yeah. But anyways, make sure hop in the Discord down below. Follow us on YouTube. Come interact with us. Have a good time. We have a fun little community. It's like a big old couch that we all just sit on and hang out. So
And in June, come join Sarah and I for the 2 live streams in June. They're going to be for charity,
Yes.
and they're going to be for the Trevor Project. I'm going to have the first one on June 14th called Helping Himbos. I won't explain anymore. And if Sarah wants to talk about hers, that's fine too. It could be a mystery. I don't care. But come join us this June and give back to the community that we love. So yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. I love your faces. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful weekend. And I will catch y'all on the next one.
Bye, guys.
There.